Hi, this is Brian. Welcome back to another Heroic Plus One. In our last Plus One, we talked about Brian Cain's wisdom on the 1% intention. Let's review the math. There are 24 hours in a day, 60 minutes per hour. That's 1,440 minutes per day. 1% of that, 14 minutes and 24 seconds. 1% of your day. Here's the question. What's the number one thing you know you could be doing that, if you spent just 1% of your day doing it, would have the most positive impact in your life? Seriously, what is it? How can you invest just 1% of your day into getting 1% better today? Think about it. And as you do, let's think about some James Clear wisdom on the subject to bring the point home, because the math is crazy. Actually, before we go there, I have to say that I want your potential investment of 1% of your day into Heroic to be at least considered as one of the highest leverage things you could do to improve your 1%. 14 minutes and 24 seconds. Choose your own adventure with how you want to split that up in the app if you feel so inspired. Of course, you can get more wisdom in less time, theory, via these plus ones, the Philosopher's Notes, 101s, basic training and mastery series, to make sure you have the right strategies. And if you feel so inspired, I think you'd be wise to consider a few minutes invested into the target practice side of things as well, as this will, in my opinion, always be the highest leverage thing you can do, as committing to being our best selves and actually doing the things that help us close the gap between who we're capable of being and who we're actually being is how we'll move from theory to practice to mastery together today. Again, early research shows that spending just a few minutes a day using the Heroic app to hit just 3 Heroic targets in your Big 3 protocol can help you boost your energy by 40%, your productivity by 20%, and your connection by 15%. So let's go, hero. Now, back to the math. Here's how James Clear puts it in his brilliant book, Atomic Habits. He tells us, and I quote, "It is so easy to overestimate the importance of one defining moment and underestimate the value of making small improvements on a daily basis. Too often," he says, "we convince ourselves that massive success requires massive action. Whether it's losing weight, building a business, writing a book, winning a championship, or achieving any other goal, we put pressure on ourselves to make some earth-shattering improvement that everyone will talk about." He continues by saying, meanwhile, improving 1% isn't particularly notable. Sometimes it isn't even noticeable, but it can be far more meaningful, especially in the long run. The difference a tiny improvement can make over time is astounding. Here's how the math works out. If you can get 1% better each day for 1 year, you'll end up 37 times better by the time you're done. Conversely, if you get 1% worse each day for 1 year, you'll decline nearly down to 0. What starts as a small win or a minor setback accumulates into something much more. Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. The same way that money multiplies through compound interest, the effects of your habits multiply as you repeat them. They seem to make little difference on any given day, and yet the impact they deliver over the months and years can be enormous. It is only when looking back 2, 5, or perhaps 10 years later that the value of good habits and the cost of bad ones becomes strikingly apparent. End quote. Now, 1% gains aggregated and compounded for a year equals an astonishing 37x improvement. And as I say in our notes on Atomic Habits, create a spreadsheet, which I link to in this plus one, and run that 1% daily improvement out for another year. And guess what? After 2 years, you're not 74 times better. You're now 1,400 times better. Why stop there? Run it out another year. After the 3rd year of aggregating and compounding those 1% gains, you're now 53,405 times better. 4 years, you're 2,017,828 times better. 5 years, you're 76,240,507 times better. Shall we run it out 10 years? All right, let's. Result? Well, On day 3,472, we hit our last normal number. We're 998,822,690,9,590 times better. And that's nearly a quadrillion times better than where you were on the first day. Then we break our Google spreadsheet by day 3,650 when we're at 5.87074E plus 15. I don't even know what that means, but I assume it's even more zeros. And all that to say, little things matter a lot, especially when we compound them over time. Let's use 1% of our day to plus 1% today.